Up Nation, really appreciate you all. Thank you everybody for tuning in to this thing. As we survive day by day, there are new things to come about. But on this particular situation, we have to talk a little bit about this as it relates to Roger Goodell. Remember, I was telling a lot of people that he holds the wild card to this whole entire fiasco. He holds everything. It's up to him in order for us to do anything. It is. Because when we look at what he was saying years ago and years before that, and people think that just because the policy changed that everything else changed. No, the formality of it is still, he's the judge, jury, and executioner. It is. That's just the bottom line. So they sitting there saying that, hey, with this particular information, I have yet to reinstate Randy Gregory or the Alden Smith. So with that being said, you still need somebody to pretty much do this. Fill that void in as it relates to the draft. That's just the reality of it. No matter how we look at it, we got to fill that void in with the draft. Right defensive edge rush, that is from the blind side. We need somebody to come after the quarterback and hit the quarterback off of that particular side. That's just the reality of it. When we look at it, we can say to ourselves, we're being screwed anyway, right? That's just how it goes, man. Really appreciate you all. Thank everybody for tuning in. It's just what it is. Also, in other news, I have to bring this up before we get into the impact of Alden Smith and the impact of Randy Gregory when Roger Goodell's do decide to sign them. The impact part of it. I got to talk a little bit about Dak Prescott. I know a lot of people don't want to hear about Dak Prescott, and I'm tired of talking about it, but we got to talk about it, right? All right, so now the media from the ESPN sides of the world are backpedaling like Deion Sanders. They are sitting there saying, even the guy Whitlock, he was sitting there saying like, well, there's still issues. You know, it still shouldn't do this, this shouldn't do that. When Dak Prescott came out and said, hey, this was a dinner, not a party. Oh, that's why the police were not involved. And on top of that, the picture that you guys saw that was in the surveillance or what have you, that was going around circulating, there was even the picture in his house. How crazy that can be. Remember, always verify. Trust what people are saying, but verify. Trust but verify. And that's all I'm going to have to say on that Dak Prescott situation. Are you guys ready to move on? Because I am. I'm ready to move on from it. Really appreciate you all. All right, so pivotal moment in this draft. Y'all know that I don't like defense. I love defense. With the 17th pick, the Dallas Cowboys should go out there and grab a defense, dare I say. They did bring in Kenneth Murray. He was very, very happy to have that interview. I think that he's a Cowboys fan at heart. You know how that goes. I think, and I said this weeks ago before anybody even talked about it, and I'm not trying to be the person to say, hey, I'm first. Y'all know I ain't trying to be the Ray J over here. I hit it first. But what I'm saying is the reason why they brought in Kenneth Murray, because we do have big reservations, big holes. Shout out to you, man. Bisher, thank you for making one of the membership squads, man. I really appreciate you, Bisher. I hope I'm saying your name right. But what I'm saying is this right here. Y'all hear me out. Oh, y'all hear me out. When we start talking about linebacker play, the one thing that we can't say is Sean Lee long in the tooth. I don't care what LVE's agent is saying until we see with our natural eyes him out there running some drills, getting hit or what have you, hitting the sled, whatever it may be. We're going to still have that reservation pull on it. We are. That's just the reality of it. We still going to be sitting back here saying to ourselves, man, we don't know. And you're right, Robbie. So Kenneth Murray, he's nobody to sneeze at. I think that You could say his comp is Luke Kuechly. I know a lot of people gonna be like, nah, dog, he ain't no Luke Kuechly. But that's who he admires, he look up to, and that's who he patterned his game after. So you can think about it and say to yourself with the 17th pick, although it may not be a sexy pick for everybody, but I'm gonna tell you right now, he's a good dog to have on this particular team. When you close your eyes and imagine Jalen Smith. Oh yeah. And then on the opposite side, you will have Kenneth Murray. And if by the grace of God Almighty, if LVE is finally find a way to get that neck and that back and that shoulder and that arm together, then maybe we will see some trifecta combination for the nation. But in the meantime, in the between time, at least you would have Kenneth Murray / Sean Lee and Jalen Smith. Your linebacking core is okay. That's right. Really appreciate you all, man. Thank everybody for tuning in. So, with that being said, Cowboy Nation, how do you guys feel? How do you guys feel about that? All right, so Alden Smith, Randy Gregory, the commissioner have yet to make any decisions on reinstating those boys. And like I said earlier, this is what that commissioner might try to do. Although they talking about not having no sports activities for the 2020 season. We'll see how all of that plays out. By the commissioner holding the doggone Dallas Cowboys feet to the fire. Don't you guys, shout out to you, Jet D. Don't you guys think that what would happen here if he do decide to let somebody play, it will be Randy Gregory before Alden Smith. That's an if. And on top of that, it may not be until what? November-ish. That's what it's going to be. Shout out to you, Eastside. Thank you for making the donation to help grow the nation. Stimulating the economy over here. Shout out to you. Jet D, yes indeed, Mr. Wright, salute to you as well. So that could be the situation, and that could be the solution from Roger Goodell's mindset. Unfortunately, we fall to mercy. We fall into that mercy of Roger Goodell, just believe it or not. Yes, Mr. Friendly, really appreciate you. And it is what it is at this point. Nothing we can do about it but just sit back and say, okay, Cowboys, what we need to do next. And on top of that, Eastside, you suck. Oh my goodness, you got one of my dogs after you, Eastside. He said paid troll. Eastside is a diehard Texan fan who love to make us mad, right? Shout out to him though. Did we get any news yet? No news at all, Mike V.A. Beach on Randy Gregory. No news at all from Alden Smith. Outside of that, the fact that Roger Goodell said, hey, I have yet to decide on the reinstatement. We did get some news on the NFL stating that the state of California stating that there will be no events for 2020 and they're going to postpone every event to 2021. So that could be the ramification. Here's the thing. Football is all about parity. So football is also all about fairness, supposedly. So if your team can get a competitive edge and my said team is not able to get a competitive edge, then they may do some fluctuations to the NFL. That's just the reality of it. Now, they are looking at other landscapes like the MLB. They're thinking about having all of the games in Phoenix, Arizona. Now, everybody know it's hot out there. I don't think nothing can survive out there as it relates to the V word, the virus word. I'm going to just go ahead and say the virus word. I'm not going to say the other word. They're taking people's YouTube page down if you say the other word. But the virus, 120 degrees, trying to hit a baseball, that's hot temperature. So we will see how this thing work out. But I'm with the belief that the football season will continue. There's too many billionaires, too many smart people to sit back and say, okay, we're going to go the full complete year without sports and entertainment. People need this more than drugs, basically. This is drug to most people, believe it or not. And you think about it, we got a composite. What is it we got? The condensity of our population is 330 million. And out of 330 million, 23,000 people, then count that V, 10,000, close to 10 to 11,000 were affected in Manhattan, New York, or close to New York. So a third, or more than half, a little closer than half of those numbers, of those figures, are on the East Coast. So it is what it is, though. We will figure that out down the line of where they're gonna go with this thing. Some people got antibodies, and maybe they do some experimental situations, some trials and stuff like that to get us going. We will find out, but I think that this organization, the NFL, will figure out a way. Cam is not back, and he's a starter in this league. So yeah, somebody need to give Cam Newton a chance and an opportunity. My thing is with Cam Newton is a situation where a lot of teams would like to see if he can pass his physical. That's the only thing with that. But outside of Cam Newton and the other guys that's out there, I just think that they will figure out a way to land Cam Newton. I don't know if you guys want him to land to the Patriot land, but we'll figure that out too. What's up, Sandman 213? What's good with you, fam? Thank you for tuning in to the nation. It's been a long time, brother. I haven't seen you in a long time over here. Coming to you from Philly. We got it bad over here, man. We just living though. Eddie. Yeah. You guys got it bad all on the East Coast over there. Y'all got it bad over there. It's bad all over the world, but some states are hitting it heavier than other states right now. All I can say is just be safe. Watch what you're doing. Be safe out there. Wear your mask when you're out there in public, and don't be all up on each other if possible. Cam could go to the Washington Redskins, Quest. Yes, he could go to the Washington Redskins. I don't know. Washington Redskins, you give Cam that front four defense that they have. It's really nasty. Them Bama boys. Remember, the NFC East, we play each other rough. And Washington Redskins can really give us some work action. They fluff coach is gone now. And I'm just telling you guys the real. That coach over there, he's nobody to sneeze at. Was it Riverboat Ron? He's nobody to sneeze at. So we're going to have our lunch pail, our battle war hat on, and we have to be locked, loaded, and ready. Yes. Eagles fans here, Wentz is booty. This is from Darius. I know what you're trying to do. See an Eagle fan come up in here and you try to play that reverse psychology on the nation. Let me know if he trying to play that reverse psychology on the nation. I think, and even from a die-hard Cowboys fan, I think that Carson Wentz can go through his progressions pretty well. Throws a good, decent ball, got a good touch on it. My thing is with Carson, you got to rattle him early. I think that if you can get up on him early enough and make him one-dimensional and take away his run, then you can really slow down Carson Wentz. And on top of that, he will Wentz and fold. That's just how I look at Carson Wentz. He's not nobody to sneeze at, but I think that he brings that type of element to the table. We saw what happened when we punch him in his mouth. I digress. But Carson Wentz plays good when he have a running game behind him as well, and he don't use the wide receivers. He used the middle of the field. That's what the offense dictates, the middle of the field. And you can do that when you have the Ertz of the world, you see. Lord, you missed Vouching Foot's mock draft today. Yeah, I missed it, man. I've been working, grinding, man. I had to watch it on the rewind, though. What is the latest on Jamal Adams talk? I think that nobody really want to take a situation and a chance for him. Carson Wentz had 7 fumbles last year. Yes, he did. He had a lot of fumbles, man. And that's why I say if you got to get to him early and often, he will play basketball with the football. He will. But I'm just looking at it objectively speaking. He is a good guy to have on your team. He's just brittle, paper mache. Don't sleep on Mike McCarthy. He's no joker either. Yes, I agree. Mike McCarthy is. Let me tell y'all something. We've been hungry for football, right? But we've been also hungry for realistic football. I'm talking about football where X's and O's really count. None of this political football crap that the previous regime had, right? So we've been wanting to put the best out there. Me, Big Game James, Shango, where we was live like 95 at the, Oxnard. We saw the competition out there. We knew for sure that Jason Witten wasn't the best tight end out there. We was looking at the tape and we was looking at the actual things out there on the field. But we kind of had that feeling, that gumption, that notion, that understanding with the reality that they going to figure out a way to give Jason Witten the ball. And come hell and high water, guess what? He lied to everybody's face. He was sitting there saying, "Oh, I'm just going to do what the offense dictates, and whoever the coaches are, and I'm not going to demand to be out there on the field." And we love Jason Witten. But guess what he did? He stayed out there on the field. Political football should be over with. That's the operative word. Should be. Since we got a new regime, a new head coach, and we finally going to see some X's and O's out there, baby. We're going to see Tony Pollard and Ezekiel, the path of the righteous man out there. We're going to see true competition as relates to wide receiver play. And tell me this. Where did I lie when we talk about the Green Bay Packers wide receivers? When he go out there and he scout and he get people that for sure bagging and crawling and also demanding to get out there on the field and earning every grain of salt. That's what we're going to see. That's what we're going to get. And that's what we're going to feel this year, baby. We're going to feel this new football flavor. Yes, Law, you see us running from them Clippers? Yeah, man. Need to get a haircut, man. It just grows all on the top, a little on the side, but I need a haircut, I need to get that cut right, Let me get that cut right on there, boy. Yeah, Law gonna put that biblical word in there. Yeah, look, y'all know, man, y'all know you gotta read up, right? Draft Chase Young so he can injure Wentz. This is Darius. Chase Young, y'all know how this thing go, right? The person that we really think there's going to be a dog in this draft, it never end up being that person, right? The person that we say to ourselves, this person's going to change, like the Jeff Okudas, the Chase Youngs, Burrows. Watch. In this draft, I kid you not, it could be the Jordan Love that's going to be the best quarterback out of this draft. Strong arm, physically built, elusive, can evade, can escape, can throw the ball down the field with accuracy. He has little troubles and stuff going through his progressions, but that's what all young quarterbacks got, right? Or it could be the Hubert kid, the best quarterback in this draft, or somebody that we finally missing, Jacob Eason. What's his name? Jacob Eason? It could be him. It could be any of these quarterbacks that we kind of glossing over. It could be DeAndre Swift, the best running back out of this draft. Just showing up everything. And not Jonathan Taylor. It can be Jeff Gladney, the cornerback that's going to show up and show out. Show everybody that, hey, he belongs. It can be far as the wide receivers. It can be Chase Claypool that goes into the right system and all of a sudden everything is working out for him. Or it could be the Denzel Mims. It's never really the person that you really think that's going to be the shoe-in. Everybody looking at, CeeDee Lamb, he's going to be the guy. But it can be somebody. It could be Jerry Jeudy opposed to CeeDee Lamb. It can be a Queen opposed to a Kenneth Murray. Y'all see what I'm saying? It's never the person that you think. Oh, you know who I like? My underdog from Utah. What's that kid named? Defensive edge rush guy? Is it Brandon Anay? Y'all help me out. What's his name? Brandon Anay or Bradley Anay? I'm messing up his name, but it's at the tip of my tongue. It could be him. It could be him being the best edge rusher coming out of the draft or what have you. Yeah. Yeah. Brandon Ayuk. It could be him too. I'm talking about the Utah kid. Or it could be anybody. Man, which would you prefer, Jerry Jeudy or CeeDee Lamb? CeeDee Lamb over Jerry Jeudy. But Jerry Jeudy is wet with his routes too. Oh, it's so wet with it, man. And how he opened up and he sat down on it. He sat down at the top and he break free. That brother opened up, sat down on the top of his route on one. And of course, right midway through his route, he had what's this kid named Ruggs to go underneath, who took his man off, but he was still able to spurt and get upfield. I said, dawg, that Judy's something nice though. Jalen Johnson from Utah too. Yeah, it could be that dog too. He's one of my dogs. Yeah, he's one of my dogs. Jalen Johnson, one of my dogs. Or C.J. Henderson. So it's never the person that you think is going to be in the draft. That's what makes the draft so unique. That's what makes it so fun. Draft chasing, if CJ is off the board, and what you would get from chasing would bring to the table. This is from Ryan. Shout out to you, Ryan. I seen somebody hit me up and say, law. Why y'all keep calling Chason raw? He is raw. He's raw in a sense that we see the combination. We see the pass rushing abilities, the bending of the shoulder. We see the arm extension, the dexterity, the body contortions. We see all of that. And the first thing that we come into mind, just like Gil Brandt and we look at it like, dog, this is DeMarcus Ware. This is DeMarcus Ware. I'm gonna repeat. So I want to repeat and somebody say, man, nah, you're lying. This is DeMarcus Ware. This is DeMarcus Ware. This is DeMarcus Ware. When you see those type of skill sets coming from a chaser, but he's raw. It's like you got the Batman tool belt, but do you know when to actually use it? I've seen him do a counter spin inside, and then he get caught up inside, you see. Or when he open his hips and try to dip too quick, and then they pick him up a little bit. So on his tape, you see some of those qualities out of Chason. But then you also have to say to yourself, can he do it consistently? Because he have not done it consistently in LSU as relates to health parameters. So that's why you look at it and say, the kid is a little raw. And guess what? There's nothing wrong with being a little raw. Guess what? Newsflash. DeMarcus Ware, when he came out, everybody said they're like, man, we should have got Sean Marion. Y'all remember? Sean was a better prospect coming out because he had everything. He had his factories all together. But the race, somebody said that law is going to bring the Bible up into this. But the Bible says the race is not to the swift nor the battle to the strong, but it's to he that is endureth. See, DeMarcus Ware had the mindset to endure. He had the abilities to get out there and train to build his body. And when we see DeMarcus Ware now, guess what he's doing? He still look like he can play all up there in North Texas. Boy, he still look like he can ball. Oh, he look like he can still play for us right now. They tell me right now, DeMarcus Ware, come on out, man. Listen, can you give us 5 games? Can you give us 4 games? Can you give us 3 games? That boy is something special. It is, ain't this right, Jet D? But that curve, that bell curve that everybody talk about from the financial world, that bell curve, Marcus continued to climb. And at the tip of his peak, his extensions was longer than the Sean Marion. See, Sean relied on that speed, that burst, that get off. But he said, I got all of my stuff together. And he never continued to work on his craft like, dare I say it, DeMarcus. And he got caught up with that PED situation. And I think, what's this guy named? Maurice Jones-Drew. There's a clip out there, just type it in. Maurice Jones-Drew. I hope I'm saying the man's name right. Boy, did he block and blew up Sean Marion. Oh my God. Oh, did he block and beat him up. On one block, he just took the man's soul away. Kind of like when I did the clip the other day on my guy, Duvernay. Man, he gave Grant Delpit the baptism. Baptize him in the mighty name of the shoulder. If you think I'm lying, go back to one of my overviews of Duvernay. He gave him the business action, didn't he? Is Tristan Hill as a bust? No, it's too soon. It's too soon. It's too soon. You know, Tristan Hill is like this. You know, when you have that oven and you put the preheat on, you clicking the preheat. And what Tristan Hill was, he's that food that you put in before the beeper started to beep. And you start talking about something else, and then you realize, man, the oven is not all the way hot, so you snatch them up out of there. You snatch them up out of there, and you put them back on. You put them back on the countertop, and then now the oven is right, and now the oven is heated, and you put them in there, and you realize you didn't want to eat that today, so you took it out of the oven, and you put it back on the shelf, or you put it back on the countertop. So you only got snippets of them, and you don't know what you got now. You don't know whether or not he's not all the way cooked. He's been warmed up a little bit, and you say to yourself, man, this don't look right. It's not, the food not going to taste right now. And that's what Tristan Hill is. So what we need to do is to have a coaching staff who's able to look at this and say, okay, let's read the ingredients again. Let's see what they can do with this. I'm making some people hungry, but we're going to see if we can properly preheat the oven, make sure the oven is hot and warm, and make sure we put some basting so it won't stick to the pan, and we put this product back in there for the proper time frame. And this year we should get proper time frames. We shouldn't get these healthy scratches from Tristan Hill. Although we prefer a Warren Thornhill, that's what the master chef done ordered. And we stuck with that meal for at least another 2-3 years, basically, until we know what we're going to get. But somebody's already predicting, man, that stuff is going to taste nasty, bruh. They'd have messed that up. Can we just throw it away? Football food analogies. Yes, need the cooking development. Yeah. This is my guy, Jet D. Let me see, because it went away. Could be like fine wine. Yes, indeed, Jet D. Could be fine wine. I can't wait to try that brisket out, though. What's up, Joseph Ventura? What's good? How old is D-Jack? PC 76. You talking about, which D-Jack are you talking about? DJ Raw, Uncut, man. Shout out to you. Yeah. Yeah, you got to prep. You got to do a lot of prep for it. Buddy, you got to do a lot of prepping for Tristan Hill to make that food. You know how sometimes food just ain't going to taste good regardless, but you got to prep it up real good, you know. Some people have found the technique to make liver taste good, you know. Some liver is just going to just taste nasty regardless, but some people know how to make it taste good, and that's what we trying to figure out, you know. It's good for you, but we got to learn how to cook it, right? Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Thomas Garrett, what's good with you, man? Look, I said to myself before I went here that I'm only going to talk for 10 minutes or 15 minutes and get back to doing what I'm doing with my daughter and everything. But I got on here and I'm talking to y'all lovely people, and it's still, 30 minutes in? I'm not going to go a full hour, though. Shout out to you, Thomas. Shout out to you, man. It is what it is. Yeah. All right, Cowboy Nation. I'd have made it to 30 minutes at least. Old man still playing wide receiver. So, yeah, he's old enough. Well, he's 32, 33, 34. He's now 34. He got to be like 32, 33, right? Luther, what's good with you? Hey, before I get up out of here, man, y'all let me know where you guys are from. I love to hear that. I love to see that. And if you're new to this channel, my name is Law Nation, LAW Nation. Subscribe. And right beside that subscribe button, there's a notification bell. Pluck it. We will be doing the draft. We have our mock draft next week on the Late Night Hype Show. And then we will have the actual, when the draft is there that Thursday, we will be doing the live draft coverage. We'll be using my brother from another mother, no other, don't look like Danny Glover, Vach Lombardi's big draft board. So we'll be doing that. Shout out to you, underdog versus everybody. Fly Eagles fly with the fire emojis. Representing. Shout out to you. How y'all Cowboys fans gonna allow the Philadelphia fan to come in here and represent like that? Teddy Key Cowboy. Shout out to you. Mods, don't kick them out though. We love to see the other teams people come in here. They always welcome. Smash that like button, Jet D. Yes. Yeah. Mr. Friendly, really appreciate you. So, and also share. Share this thing if you're on Facebook. Share it to different platforms on there. That helps me out. And also share it to your Twitter. Shout out to Maryland. I just left there last month. So shout out to Maryland. Appreciate you, Mr. Friendly. All right, family. Thank you everybody for tuning in. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Shout out to Plano, Texas, baby. This is from Stewart. Shout out to Kalim. Shout out to you, PC76. Fly this, Quest 36. That's what I'm talking about. That's what you do to them birds because we want to marinate them birds. We got to, see, before I go, I just got to talk about the process of what we're going to do to them birds, right? First, we're going to pluck all of the feathers off of the bird, right? No. I'm sorry. First, we're going to shoot the bird down. And from whatever elevation that they thought that they were on, they're going to hit the ground. See, shoot them down to hit the ground. And then we pick them up and then we pluck the bird. And then we get out those sauces. Y'all put down in the comment box what type of sauces you will put on that bird. And what temperature. Do you cook it at 350? Do you boil it? Do you broil it? What do you do with that bird? Y'all let me know. Yes, indeed. Let me know what y'all do with that bird. Memphis 901. Yes, indeed. Underdog versus everybody's laughing at me. Shout out to you. 400 honey barbecue. Oh, nobody got Sweet Baby Ray's? I'm gonna pause for a second. You ain't gonna use Sweet Baby Ray's? Let me see if anybody used that barbecue. Long, slow cook for the birds. Ooh-wee. I can't wait for y'all to eat some. Can't wait to eat some of the birds. Bullseye. Buffalo sauce, 375. Oh, 355 degrees. Okay. Oak Cliff. Shout out to Oak Cliff Ready Red. Shout out to Oak Cliff Ann too. Shout out to you, Stubbs. Sweet Baby Ray's is the truth. Yeah. Hey, Sweet Baby Ray's. If you want to help support the nation, please let me be one of your sponsors, man. Boy, that Sweet Baby Ray's is good. And Mambo sauce. Ooh. Let me get out of here, baby. Shout out to the Eagles, though. And shout out to the Giants. And shout out to the Redskins. Because they all still looking up. That's been my time again. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening again to nothing but the best. Let's go. Salute. Sweet Baby Ray.